shocking stereotype rant by Rahul's mentor.
We could hold country together as diverse as India, where people on East look like Chinese, people on West look like Arab, people on North look like, maybe white, and people in South look like Africa. Doesn't matter.
Chinese in the East, Africans in the South. Congress distances itself from Pitroda's racist take on India.
सैम पिट्रोडा द्वारा भारत की अनेकताओं को जो उपमाएं दी गई हैं वो बिल्कुल गलत है, दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है और अस्वीकार्य है.
How dare you roast Prime Minister Modi?
चमड़ी के रंग के आधार पर मेरे देशवासियों का अपमान मेरा देश सहन नहीं करेगा.
Pitroda's own take on pluralism. The big focus on 5 Live. And what can one say? Sam Pitroda is back to help the Congress this election season, just 2 weeks after he torpedoed them the last time. I'm Shiv, this is 5 Live. I'm going to be introducing you to the Pitroda newsroom in just a moment. Don't miss it, just after the headlines. Prime Minister Modi's big, surprising counter-attack googly on the Congress invokes Adani and Ambani to accuse the Congress of corruption. Asks, how much money did Rahul Gandhi receive for poll campaigning? Congress hits back.
इस चुनाव में ये अंबानी अडानी से कितना माल उठाया है?
BJP top brass summoned in the Karnataka quota video row. JP Nadda and BJP IT head Amit Malviya asked to appear in 1 week's time by the Bengaluru police. Karnataka sex abuse probe intensifies. JDS Neta HD Revanna sent to judicial custody. That's jail until May the 14th. His son Prajwal Revanna remains on holiday in Germany. Former Pakistan minister seeks Smriti Irani's defeat in Amethi. Union Minister Smriti lashes out. Questions what ties Rahul Gandhi has with Pakistan's Fawad Chaudhry. Chaos erupts across domestic airports in India over Air India Express's mass cancellation of flights. Pilots go on a strike against the airline, claiming increasing discontent. Hi everyone, I'm Shiv Arur and I wanted to take the opportunity today to introduce you to the very multinational India Today newsroom. It's something that's going to make Sam Pitroda, I'm sure, very, very happy. Come, let me introduce you to them. I'd like to start with Alicia. She's from Meghalaya, but as you can see, she's totally Chinese. My friend, the head of production here, Sam, is from Kerala. He's our African man in the newsroom. Soumya is from Uttar Pradesh, white sort of, maybe a little bit of Arab blood there. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. This is Kshitija, she's from Maharashtra. Supposed to be Arab, but I don't want to go into anybody's past here. Dolly, of course, is from Manipur, but Mr. Pitroda is absolutely right because she totally looks Chinese. My friend from Kashmir here, Pooja, is totally white, but I think there could be some African blood there as well. Then you have my other friends from production. All of these are amazing people behind what you see on India Today. You don't see them often very much on air. This is Ritwik. He says he's from Uttar Pradesh. He's actually from the East, but he doesn't look Chinese at all, which is very strange. So some African stuff going on there. Vivek here claims to be from Kerala, but obviously there is some Arab influence there as well. Preetham is from the East. As you can definitely see, he's African, so I don't know what Mr. Pitroda is talking about. There's nothing Chinese going on there. Amit is from Gujarat, 100% Arab. All his ancestors are Arab, so you can see it in his face. Salman there is from Delhi. Pure white human being in the newsroom is right there. And finally, our superstar anchor, Gaurav Sawant, who comes from different parts of the country. So he's half white and half Arab. So this is the very, very multinational India Today newsroom. India Today, more diversity, less stereotypes. No matter what Sam Pitroda says, the Congress has to suffer him. Every time he opens his mouth, and he seems to do so only in election season, he says something that either embarrasses the Congress or forces them to distance themselves and say that this is Sam Pitroda's personal comment. Jairam Ramesh has been issuing disclaimers and distancing the party from Sam Pitroda more than he's been doing anything else this election season. It's the third time this election season, just the last few weeks, that Sam Pitroda, the chairman of the Indian Overseas Congress, not some small fry, loyalist, very close to the Gandhi family, seen as a mentor to Rahul Gandhi, the man who guides Rahul Gandhi on all his foreign visits, seems to have a predilection for self-goals that embarrass his party. What possible reason could there be for Sam Pitroda to be permitted to express his so-called freedom of expression in such a flagrant way that each and every time he gives an interview, opens his mouth, expresses his freedom of expression, it always ends up embarrassing the party? Why does the Congress party suffer Sam Pitroda when there's so much at stake? Take a look at what happened.
Congress's self-goal-in-chief striking again with a disgusting racist rant at Indians. Rahul Gandhi's advisor, Sam Pitroda, causing massive red faces in Congress with a bizarre remark dividing Indians on skin color, saying dark-skinned South Indians look like Africans while North Indians look like white, adding that people from East look like Chinese, even claiming that people in West India look like Arabs, reinforcing the worst imaginable racist stereotypes, ironically while trying to send an inclusive message.
We are a shining example of democracy in the world. We have survived 70 years, 75 years, in a very happy environment where people could live together, leaving aside few fights here and there. We could hold country together as diverse as India, where people on East look like Chinese, people on West look like Arab, people on North look like, maybe white, and people in South look like Africa. Doesn't matter.
Pitroda's racist words sparked an immediate controversy, with an angry Prime Minister Narendra Modi tearing into Rahul Gandhi, asking him how dare Congress divide Indians on skin tone.
ये शहजादे, मैं बहुत गुस्से में हूं आज दोस्तों। मुझे कोई गाली दे, मुझे गुस्सा नहीं आता है, मैं सहन कर लेता हूं, लेकिन आज शहजादे के फिलोसोफर ने इतनी बड़ी गाली दी है जिसने मुझ में गुस्सा भर दिया है। शहजादे, आपको जवाब देना पड़ेगा। चमड़ी के रंग के आधार पर मेरे देशवासियों का अपमान मेरा देश सहन नहीं करेगा।
BJP targeted Rahul Gandhi and Congress, accusing them of pushing a divisive narrative and pitting one Indian against another.
इससे बड़ा जातिवादी बयान क्या हो सकता है? कितना बांटोगे जाति के नाम पे, क्षेत्र के नाम पे देश को?
सैम पिट्रोडा राहुल गांधी के गुरु हैं। ये भारत का अपमान है। अगर ऐसी बातें वो की है तो राहुल गांधी को, सोनिया गांधी को देश से माफी मांगना चाहिए।
A red-faced Congress tried damage control by distancing itself from Pitroda's deeply racist words, but refused to condemn or axe him from the party.
प्रधानमंत्री जो फुल टॉस पे खेलते हैं ना, तो इन्हीं फिजूल की बातों पे फुल टॉस खेलते हैं। मैं उनको चैलेंज करती हूँ, आप फुल टॉस खेलिए रोजगार पे, फुल टॉस खेलिए महंगाई पे, फुल टॉस खेलिए महिलाओं पे जो अत्याचार हो रहा है और जो अत्याचार कर रहे हैं उनको बचा रहे हैं, उस पे खेलिए।
भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस इन उपमाओं से अपने आप को पूर्ण रूप से अलग करती है और इसका खंडन करती है।
The opposition too went into defensive mode.
सैम पिट्रोडा अमेरिका में बैठकर क्या बयानबाजी दे रहे हैं? ना हमें उससे कोई लेना देना है, ना ये देश का मुद्दा है, और ना ये देश उनकी कही हुई बातों पे किसी तरीके का रिएक्शन देना चाहेगा।
जहां तक सैम पिट्रोडा के बयान का सवाल है, उस तरह के बयान का कहीं दूर दूर तक इंडिया गठबंधन का कोई भी व्यक्ति समर्थन नहीं करता।
Sam Pitroda, also Congress's overseas chief, has a history of putting his foot in mouth during polls, backing inheritance tax, slamming Ram Mandir and calling middle class selfish.
Let me tell you, in America, there is an inheritance tax. So if, let's say, one has $100 million worth of wealth, and when he dies, he can only transfer probably 45% to his children. 55% is grabbed by government. Now that's an interesting law.
Will Sam Pitroda's words once again hurt Congress? Bureau Report, India Today.
And we've got some breaking news coming in now. Team Modi ministers, one after the other, are ripping into the Indian Overseas Congress chairman Sam Pitroda's racist rant that has been full of stereotypes. It's gone viral all across the internet. Smriti Irani from Amethi says the Gandhi family's mindset has been exposed. Here's what she said. She's the latest minister after Himanta and several others who've come out to attack Sam Pitroda.
कैसा व्यक्ति है पता नहीं है. उन्होंने बोला कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट का लोगों को चाइनीज जैसा देखता है. मेरा चेहरा मैंने आईना में देखा और मैंने ही मेरा पता चला कि मुझको असमीज जैसा लगता है, मुझको इंडियन जैसा लगता है. कोई तरफ से मुझको चाइनीज जैसा नहीं देखता है. पता नहीं वो व्यक्ति का क्या है. एक रेसिस्ट कमेंट है, हमें दुख देने वाला कमेंट है और चाइनीज का साथ हमारा सिमिलरिटी ढूंढ के what he tried to prove.
कांग्रेस पार्टी जो धर्म और जाति के नाम पर इस देश को बांटती रही है, आज पता चला है कि उनका एक और घिनौना सच है कि इस देश में कौन किस रंग का है, कौन किस भूभाग का है. कांग्रेस पार्टी उसके आधार पर भी हमारे देशवासियों को बांटने का और उनका अपमान करने का दुस्साहस करती है. आज जो कांग्रेस नेता के मुख से शब्द प्रस्फुटित हुए वो अपने आप में न सिर्फ निंदनीय है, लेकिन वो कहीं न कहीं राहुल गांधी की, गांधी परिवार की, हमारे राष्ट्र के प्रति सोच को दर्शाता है.
India Today's Mosmi Singh, who tracks the Congress party for us, is with me live. Mosmi, you know, Sam Pitroda seems more keen to indulge his freedom of expression than, protect the interests of his party. It seems nobody from the Congress party is willing to sort of read him the riot act and say, Sir ji, aap thoda aaram kariye elections ke dauran, sit it out. Don't give too many interviews because it seems you have a motor mouth. You always say something that's going to be caught off guard. What's going on? Why does the Congress party suffer him so much, Mosmi?
It's really baffling, Shiv, why is Congress's approach to, issuing a gag order to Sam Pitroda so far away. And the question really is that one after the other, and especially in these elections, Sam Pitroda has caused so much of trouble and angst to the Congress that now even the Congress leaders are wary of, distancing themselves from this remark. Even, Jairam Ramesh did say that it is his personal comments, but people would really not buy that, because if he is making ridiculous racist remarks like the one he made this time round, there should have been some action taken or show cause notice issued. Repetitively, Sam Pitroda has made certain remarks which have, caused a lot of damage to the party, and when you don't try and take action against it, it means that the party is in fact, collaborating with Sam Pitroda to rake up such remarks. And clearly, perhaps the Congress feels that his proximity to the Gandhis, specifically to Rahul Gandhi, might be one of the reasons that Sam Pitroda, there's no step taken against Sam Pitroda's statements. And also, I'd like to add that Sam Pitroda is in his own cocoon in the US. That much that the Congress has done, Shiv, to tell him, please stay away and don't come to India. Last time he caused enough damage in 2019 by camping in India. So I think that much the Congress has been able to argue with or bargain with Sam Pitroda.
They've put out a very harsh statement about him through Jairam Ramesh, but no action has been taken, which makes one really wonder, what the constraints within the Congress party are when the stakes are so high. Mosmi, thank you very much. In fact, we're joined live now by none other than Mary Kom, former world boxing champion and one of India's biggest stars. She happens to be from the Northeast, a place from which Sam Pitroda of the Congress Party says people look like they are Chinese. Mary Kom, welcome. Aapka swagat hai. How do you feel about this comment, Mary ji? जो सैम पिट्रोडा ने बोला है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट लोग they look Chinese. How would you react to that?
Well, of course, I am, being in Indian.
Yeah.
It was very disappointed. Honestly, what do I say? They are educated, they are leaders, they live in USA. It was, very shame.
Yeah.
Where they know that where they're from, where they are from, where they are do, what they do, everybody knows.
Yeah.
And in this, in India, people, the mindset, even specific, his mindset was so cheap. We have, been, especially I am from Northeast. I have been contributing for my country for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And then, not only me, actually, I have been winning so many medals for my country. I love my India, contribute that much, and still then, they don't know Northeast, South. This is very shameful, no?
Very, very shameful. I agree, Mary. And also,
very shameful. What we have contributed for the country, then if they don't recognize people, we are not looking in the face. शकल में देखता नहीं है आजकल. Wherever you are, wherever you stay in different country, they are not looking in the face only. Color, nothing else. They are following their culture. They are doing their own, business. How they are looking for the future, for the own future, or looking for the country future only. How we will develop. This is the competition which we are doing. Even the sports also, even the in many fields. So what I feel now, even I just recollect my memories.
Yeah.
Long time back. It was 20 years back. Initially, when I started my career, traveling across the in India, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Delhi, Punjab, Bengal, West Bengal, and Mumbai. Wherever I go, that is what you say, that we are not looking in our face only.
Yeah.
They respect us, and of course, what I have incidents, let me tell you that too.
Yes.
Still I remember that was when I'm going to buy something, grocery or cosmetic, that I have faced in Delhi only. While I'm going in the roadside, of one guy said, he's chasing me, like, he treating me, he behave like, we are from Northeast. He know very well, and he he changed. He was thinking that कैसे बताऊं, चाइनीज बात जैसा मुझे भी समझ नहीं आया. चाइनीज लैंग्वेज ऐसे करके. Okay, he was talking like that to me, and I stopped him. Hey man, what are you saying right just now?
Unbelievable.
Okay, that time that is, people are not aware about Northeast much. Now, after all, 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years now. How many years?
Correct.
Many people are aware. We have a different culture. We have a different faces, in India.
Absolutely.
Then I have lot of respect, lot of love in every corner of India.
Yeah.
So much love, so much support, and they when I was competing in any tournament, any competition, they pray for me. Okay, whether
Absolutely.
I am Christian, Hindu, doesn't matter. They are praying for me.
Yeah. No,
So
Mary, there are no excuses.
What I am
Mary
coming
ji.
to,
Yes, continue.
Why I am coming? That is, I'm coming to the point. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of changes in our country. Initially, was people, those who are not educated, they are, still mindset is still cheap. They are not aware, not as much. 20
Correct.
years back. So now, so much educated, so much aware. We have a lot of culture, different faith, different traditional, so and so.
There are no excuses, Mary. कोई
No
excuse नहीं है. There is no excuse.
Yes, exactly. So I feel so bad, very shameful that people like leader, it's not in the future. I wish and pray that should not come such kind of issues like color and
I agree. Mary, एक बात जो आपने बोला, what you said just now, कि this man is someone who's sitting in the United States, supposedly well educated, has a lot of exposure to people from around the world, international community, etc. फिर भी he makes a comment of this kind. If you could speak to him directly, Mary ji, आप क्या बोलते? What would you say directly to him if he is listening right now?
Sir, if I said to him now, sir, why are you so much cheap, no? Mindset, too much cheap. Like, people, if you have your mindset to other also, we will not able to develop in our country. We cannot develop at all. So, in the future, I will request him that definitely if I meet in person, please don't say that I am from India. That's all I will say. I will always say I am from India, but you please don't say you are from India. That mindset too, I don't want to, to say that he is from India. बोला नहीं चाहिए मैं इंडियन का हूँ.
I hear you. Mary ji, the disappointment and the pain in your voice, I think all of India is hearing right now, because specifically people from the Northeast have faced this kind of racism for many years. We have seen it many years wherever you go, Delhi, Bombay, wherever it is. Sometimes the racism is there, and it has taken a long time to overcome this racism. So your pain and your sentiments today, I completely understand it. So I want to thank you for being so candid with me while speaking to me on this sensitive topic, especially when it comes to a person, in a position of power in one of the country's largest political parties. It is quite shameful. I agree with you, and I share your sense of sense of anger and irritation at this point of time. And I want to thank you. Thank you, Mary ji, for speaking to India today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you've heard from voices within the political spectrum slamming Sam Pitroda. The reason I wanted to bring someone as iconic as Americom onto the show is to demonstrate that the anger and the backlash against Sam Pitroda for a flippant comment is not restricted to the electoral news world. There are people who are genuinely offended, annoyed, irritated, angered, outraged even by the manner in which he has tried to convey what most people would say is a fairly straightforward point that Sam Pitroda must have been trying to make. But where do these stereotypes and elements of racism creep in? That is the more worrying question. His own party has aggressively distanced itself from it. But the bigger point for the Congress party is all of these motor mouths. The Congress party in the last 4 or 5 years, almost every single week has been issuing a statement saying this person's comment is their personal opinion, we have nothing to do with it. Where is the discipline in the party if they constantly have to issue these rejoinders and disclaimers distancing themselves? Take a look at which all times the party has said personal opinion and thrown its leaders under the bus. April 2024, Sam Pitroda talked about inheritance tax right in the middle of this election. February 2024, 3 months ago, DK Suresh, Lok Sabha MP from Karnataka from the Congress, talked about a separate country by the southern states. That was called his personal opinion. August 2023, Alka Lamba, senior leader, said that the Congress is fighting all 7 Delhi seats right in the middle of seat-sharing talks with the Aam Aadmi Party. That was called her personal opinion. January 2023, Digvijay Singh says no proof of the Uri surgical strikes. The Congress had to throw him under the bus and say it's his personal opinion. It has nothing to do with the party. October 2022, former Home Minister Shivraj Patil said jihad is a concept not only in Islam but also in the Bhagavad Gita and in Christianity as well. The Congress said that's his personal opinion. May 29, Sam Pitroda's famous Hua to Hua remark on the 1984 anti-Sikh pogrom. The Congress party had to reprimand him and said personal opinion. November 2018, CP Joshi says only Brahmins can talk about Hinduism. He was also thrown under the bus, his personal opinion. February 2018, Manishankar Iyer, the famous Manishankar Iyer, the motor mouth in chief of the Congress party, said he receives more love in Pakistan than India. The Congress was embarrassed and said that's his personal opinion and has nothing to do with the Congress party. October 2017, P. Chidambaram said, in the context of Jammu and Kashmir, he said Azadi demand means a demand for autonomy and it should be seriously examined. That was also distanced from by the Congress party, which said that's his personal opinion and not the stand of the party. I've just given you a smattering of examples of the times when the Congress party has been forced to say unka personal opinion hai and basically cut themselves off from whatever that controversial comment by a senior leader is. But it raises the question not just about discipline within the Congress party, but about the intent of so many of these people. Why do they say these things if it's going to embarrass their party? It's something to think about. For at least 2.5 years now, Rahul Gandhi's most vociferous attack on Prime Minister Modi, the BJP and the Modi government has been Ambani, Adani. It's been an allegation of corruption, crony capitalism, and everything in between. It was amplified even more during the entire electoral bonds issue. Rahul Gandhi, in Parliament, outside Parliament, would constantly taunt the Prime Minister specifically and personally, as well as the Modi government, to say, why doesn't this government talk about Adani and Ambani? Ye chuppi kyon? So always questioning the perceived silence over Adani Ambani. Well, Prime Minister Modi today seemed to completely reverse swing on this issue by raising Adani and Ambani and firing a bullet directly at Rahul Gandhi, asking why the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi, since the elections have begun, have gone completely silent on Adani and Ambani, and provocatively asked whether they've been hoarding black money for these industrialists. Take a look at this very surprising twist on the campaign battlefield.
India's top billionaires. Among the top most wealth creators, also India's biggest poll flashpoints.
ये कांग्रेस के शहजादे 5 साल से एक ही माला जपते थे। 5 उद्योगपति, 5 उद्योगपति, 5 उद्योगपति। फिर धीरे धीरे कहने लगे अंबानी अडानी, अंबानी अडानी.
Now it is turn of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to return Adani-Ambani fire at Rahul Gandhi, questioning his sudden silence on Adani and Ambani, asking if Rahul got paid by the billionaire duo to keep quiet.
लेकिन जब से चुनाव घोषित हुआ है, इन्होंने अंबानी अडानी को गाली देना बंद कर दिया. मैं आज तेलंगाना की धरती से पूछना चाहता हूं, जरा ये शाहजादे घोषित करें कि इस चुनाव में ये अंबानी अडानी से कितना माल उठाया है.
This is the first time Prime Minister Modi invoked Adani and Ambani to attack the Congress. So far, it has been Rahul who would often attack the Prime Minister and the BJP over allegedly favouring the industrialists.
अदानी नाम है, आप जानते हो, उसकी नजर आपकी जंगल, जमीन और जल पर है और नरेंद्र मोदी उसके लिए काम करता है. और अदानी जी चाहते हैं, नरेंद्र मोदी जी चाहते हैं कि ये जो किताब है ये खत्म हो जाए और उनका बिना इस किताब के राज चले.
Sister Priyanka rushed to Rahul's aid, claiming Modi is getting nervous.
प्रधानमंत्री जी अब घबरा रहे हैं. प्रधानमंत्री जी भी समझ रहे हैं कि देश में बदलाव का जज्बा आ गया है, कि देश चाह रहा है जवाब, कि 10 सालों में आपने पूरे देश की संपत्ति बड़े बड़े खरबपतियों को दे दी है, हमें क्या दिया है, जनता पूछ रही है.
Adani and Ambani have been recurring theme of Congress's poll attacks. But now with Modi turning the table, the poll battle over billionaires has hit fever pitch. Bureau Report, India Today.